Hello, we're live. We're
Woo!
here.
We
It's
made
real. It's real. We've done it.
it. We made it.
We finally, even though we've only been promoting it for like a week, but whatever.
Hey,
We're finally here. We're here.
Yeah, we took the first leap.
That's true. Because not even to just kick things off, but I had the week from hell over the last week. So I needed this.
Yeah.
I needed this.
Cool. I'm excited.
We got Brian in the chat already. Thank
you
for
Brian.
watching, Brian. Yeah, it was oh, I gotta do one thing because I want to warn people. This is not, I know you guys are like a PG Funko channel or whatever. This ain't gonna be that. Yeah. I'm not, and this ain't gonna be that. Yeah. But just in case anyone's not sure, I did do something for that, so I'm gonna play that now. Warning. This show may contain topics that could potentially be sensitive to some people, and at least one host that says fuck a lot. Viewer discretion is advised. It's me. I say fuck a lot.
That's hilarious, dude.
So yeah. Oh, this is gonna be I'm gonna be myself. So
yeah,
that's
what
warning
this is about
for everyone. I'm gonna say fuck a lot.
Yeah.
That's
just what this is for.
I'm from New England. It's how we talk, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Just a warning.
Yeah.
Granted, there are people that won't see that and they'll be like, oh, God. Oh, no.
Hey, that's okay. We put the warning there, so.
I've done my job. I've done my job. I made that this morning.
Yeah, that's hilarious, dude.
I made that this morning. I was like, oh, I forgot. Because I remembered that I had it made. And then I was like, oh, I got to actually like voice it over and everything. And make it
That's hilarious, dude.
But yeah, so I want to start things. I'm not going to get political. I'm not going to start things with politics.
Okay.
I'm going to start things with general human decency.
Okay.
Most people know Trump got shot yesterday.
Yeah.
That's whatever. That's not great. No one wants to see that. My big problem here is, and this, I would say this about anybody, any politician, celebrity, anything, is the people online right now whether they're joking or not. I don't think they're joking, but people saying, oh, they missed. Like, oh, they should have hit him. Just be a good person. Like, have some general human decency in your life. And again, I'd be saying this about anybody for any reason. Like, no one should be shot. Like, no one should be shot at. It's so crazy. I just wanted to get that out because I've been seeing so much of this ever since it happened. And I'm like, why are you a piece of shit? Like, just don't be a piece of shit. It's not hard.
No, it's not. We've seen a lot of stuff like that. Like yesterday we were, even like if you scroll through Twitter or X or whatever you call it, the comments under the trending is insane.
It's disgusting.
It is. I don't know. I can't even wrap my head around it. I no, just nobody fucks with that, you know? So.
No, and like, again, it has nothing to do with politics. This is not which side on what or whatever. This is basic human decency.
Yeah.
If it was Biden too, if it was Trump, like anybody, I'm like, don't say that. Like, like, oh, they missed. Oh, that's awful. Oh, he should be dead. Like, don't say that shit. That's so crazy to me that just some people don't have the mental capacity to not think that. Like, oh man, that was grinding my gear. That's my newest note that I put in because I saw so much of that last night, and that was my newest note that I was just like grinding my gears. I was like, I gotta talk about this. I know it could be contentious because it gets into politics a little bit, but not really.
Yeah.
Just because it involves like a politician, I get kind of.
Barely. Yeah.
But like, some people get weird when people talk about that, and I get that too. I don't like talking politics at all.
Yeah.
Because most people are nuts. Like, most people are crazy. So I don't like talking about it, and that's not what that is though. That's just, don't be a bad person. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's just, oh God, I was seeing that and I was like, why are we doing this? It's just adding more division too, to like the country and the world. Like, that's not what we need right now. That's not what we need. We're already so divided. We're already so divided as a nation. And it's like, crazy right now.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
I
But
totally agree.
I'm over that. I'm done. I'm done with that. No more politic talk.
We should get out.
No more. But I wanted to get that out.
That's fine.
So, I showed you some of my notes earlier this week.
Yep.
The first one was Dr. Franklin.
Yeah, let's dive into that.
You were curious about that.
I was.
So, this is an embarrassing part of my mid-teens. Luckily,
Okay.
I wasn't like touched by a man named Dr. Franklin. I'm gonna throw that out there. That didn't happen. I was Dr. Franklin. That was me.
Oh.
When I was starting my YouTube journey, the first character I ever came up with was a therapist named Dr. Franklin. So it is directly connected to what we're doing right now.
Okay.
It is. I had to clarify.
Great.
I'm fine. Everything's good. I'm great. But it was just I had like a costume or whatever, like an old wig from a costume, and it was like a bald cap with like a comb over it or whatever. And yeah, it's me. So luckily, those have been scrubbed from the internet. The only person that has any recollection of that or copies of that is me.
Well, now you have to share it.
Absolutely, the fuck not. I was young.
Dude.
That'll never see the light of day. Yeah. So I wanted to just, it's directly connected to. So I've been a therapist for a long time, an unofficial one.
Hey, honestly, if you had a name, you had to look for it. It's official.
I just didn't have, the qualifications.
Well, you developed this over time.
I don't think so. I think I got to go to like some really intense schooling for that, and I'm not gonna. So
yeah.
That's a bit much for me. Fun fact, I was gonna go to school for that.
Yeah.
Before I decided to not. I took like a gap year, and that turned into gap life.
Yeah.
I have still not gone to college, and will probably not. So,
yeah.
But yeah, that's what I was gonna go for. I don't remember where, but I had definitely applied to go and do some kind of mental health thing.
Yeah.
I know for sure. And that was before I was a complete mess in my life. that was when everything was like kind of okay.
Right. Yeah, that's what Logan and I went to school for.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did either of you like get a degree or anything in it? Or did you just
Logan did. I left before my last year because of, I'm sure we'll talk about it at some point, but some shit happened, and then, here I am.
I mean, we can get into it now if you want.
Dude. Okay. I mean, if you don't have anything at this moment, I can.
I do, but not it. There's no order to my chaos over here. So.
Okay.
And this, I mean, directly ties into what you were just talking about. So.
Okay, it does. So I went to a local college, and it was a liberal arts college. Pretty good, expensive, whatever. I met some friends there for pretty much everybody was from everywhere. I had a best friend who was from New Hampshire, and then a good friend at the time that I did like a cappella group with in college. And she was from like Northern Virginia. And we ended up getting an apartment together after COVID. And when they say don't live with your best friends, they truly fucking mean it. Because it was it was the worst experience. And I don't even know how to explain it. Like, we had like one of the roommates that we had, she would like open our mail when we were not there. She would like rummage through our rooms. Yeah, it was crazy. But there was only 2 out of 3 of us were paying rent and buying groceries and like just, carrying the load of everything. So after so long of that, I couldn't even afford school anymore. So I had to like break the lease of our apartment. And then I lived in an Airbnb for like 9 months.
Oh my God.
And started a brand new job and everything. Yeah.
Right. So I totally agree with like, don't live with your friends. Like if you are a close friend with someone, if you live with them, money gets involved and that is going to ruin the friendship somewhere down the line. Probably.
Yeah.
Like somewhere it's going to go wrong. And even if it doesn't, you're going to get sick of each other real quick.
Yeah.
They're your friend because you don't see them all the time. But
Yeah.
if you saw him all the time, then yeah, I could only imagine that's
Yeah.
awful to do.
It sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
And
then
I
don't
imagine
think
you
want
don't
them.
talk to either of them anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, if I'm getting a roommate, they're gonna be like not anyone I've ever met, or maybe someone like an acquaintance I could probably deal with, like
Yeah,
someone I kind of know or whatever, because like I won't feel bad about kicking them out if they're not paying for shit. I'll be like,
exactly.
get out, like you're an asshole, get out.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I could only imagine that that's
Yeah.
not an ideal situation. But Logan,
No.
Logan, you said he was able to graduate from whatever he was doing.
Yeah, he did. It's only been 30 years ago.
How dare you? How dare you insult the
You're
30-year-olds?
What a joy.
How dare you insult the 30-year-olds? That's unbelievable.
He'll come over here and tell you he's almost 30.
Yeah, well, I am 30, all right? All right?
29
You're basically 30.
for another month and 1 day.
Oh, okay, all right. You ain't that far off, buddy.
Sorry, I had my headphone in watching. It was delayed. So you were talking about my school. Is that what it was?
Yeah, like when did you finish?
So I got my bachelor's in 2015, in behavioral psychology, and then also got my master's in behavioral psychology. So studying human behavior. So we were actually at her mother's house yesterday with her sister. Can I rat your sister out for a second? What we were doing?
Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were teaching her how we were teaching her how to swim.
Different.
No, yeah. Nothing bad, but we were teaching her how to swim, and she's just trying to learn how to swim. She's 14. And so she was getting like frustrated and embarrassed. And Lex was trying to be like encouraging, like, yeah, good job, like, because that's what she likes. And her sister was getting very frustrated and like starting to snap.
Yeah.
And I was like, I literally leaned over to Lex and I was like, stop doing that. She doesn't like that. This is what she likes. And Lex finally just looked at her sister and goes, do you not like encouragement? She's like, do you not like that? I was like, no, she hates words of affirmation. She just wants you to tell her what you saw and how to fix it, and then just leave it at that. Yeah. And I was like, that took me about a minute to figure out. And that's just literally what I do on a day-to-day basis. I just study people. Kind of. Yeah. And so it makes like work fun and going out in public fun. Because I just love.
What do you do for work, if you don't mind? Like, don't dox yourself, but like, what do you do?
I don't actually use my degree at all. Okay. Yeah. So I got my master's. Really, to use it, you have to have a doctorate for the most part. Because I mean, you can be with this, you can be a like high school guidance counselor. And you can do like counseling, like marriage counseling without a doctorate. And stuff like that, but there's not a ton of money and stuff until you get your doctorate.
Right.
So I've thought about it, but that's a lot more schooling, a lot more money.
Yep.
But yeah, so we don't use our degrees currently. But no, it helps with like still applying for things, because when you go for like managerial positions and they see you have like behavioral psychology, they understand that like, okay, so you understand how people work, how their brains work, how to talk to them and stuff like that.
I wonder if that could get you in the door for like an HR position or something too. Probably.
It could. It definitely could. On the social side of things, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in quality control at a machine shop, so I don't need any of that shit. Mm-hmm. I have an office to myself. It's nice. People usually don't bother me, and then I fuck up every now and then. But
yeah, we work together. That's how we met. So we work for the same company, same department-ish, besides what just like the recent changes they've made to our job. But we're like 4 desks apart from each other.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
that must be interesting.
Well, we have hybrid weeks. So when he's working in office, I work from home, and then vice versa. So, but even then, really, like at work, like he can't help me or anything. We have to sign
it's
like
an HR problem.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, every 6 months we have to like re-sign our agreement. Like, hey, we still love each other, and live together and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Hey, Sarah.
What's up, Sarah? What's going
Hola.
on? Or Nate, I guess it could be.
Or
right?
Nate.
It could,
Could
it
be
probably
Nate.
isn't. It probably isn't, but it could be.
Yeah.
I actually, it's funny you guys bring that up. You guys met at work or whatever. I had an ex who I was the boss of, so got a little dicey there. But it was at like GameStop, so there was no HR. Like,
Yeah.
or well, there was technically, but it went like way high up, and no one ever cared really.
Yeah.
Or knew. There was one point where my boss did ask me, and I was like, "What? No, that's crazy. No."
Oh my God.
And he was also into her, which was pretty funny. So that was pretty funny. But he did also notice us like showing up together and leaving together and stuff, and he was like, "Oh, that's a little weird." I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I don't know what you're talking about." But yeah, it's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a little different. I feel like at a company like that, where in retail, we were together all the time. Like we were forced to work in the same space all the time. I couldn't imagine why it didn't work out. You're in the right spot because you're far away from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a while. I mean, I don't know. It's not too bad because, I mean, we don't really. I mean, because even when we're working, we don't. I mean, besides breaks and stuff like that, is the only time we really have a chance to talk.
Mm-hmm.
I have more because of my role. I get more downtime than she does.
Sometimes. Lately he hasn't been, but when I'm not busy doing what I should be doing, I do a lot of like extracurriculum things for work too, like a committee and stuff like that, like a rising position thing, like program. So, and he just deals a lot with like really pissed off people all the time. So
anyone who comes and talks to me, that's the people dealing with the really pissed off person.
Yeah.
They're talking to me, and I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
But I have to be. It's my dad's company, so I kind of I want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say that lightly. I would like it. I would like to take it over eventually. Because money.
Yeah.
I have no interest in it at all as a company. The trade, don't care. But I would like money. So
yeah.
It's kind of a slippery slope.
Yeah.
And I know nothing about business. So obviously, I mean, my dad's a little bit younger. He's 56, I think. So he's on the younger side. It's going to be a while anyway. Hopefully, before he retires or dies, I guess. Whatever comes first.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing. I know nothing about the business side of it. I'm just inspection. I'm quality control. Like that's all I do right now. But I've been there 6-7 years. Something like that. So I'm trying to learn at least that, and I still suck at that sometimes. But like, because I'm bad at math and a little dyslexic, so like, I
get that.
Yeah, bad with numbers.
Math, and I'm still dyslexic.
Bad with numbers, yeah. I'm in a job where I do math, and I've been terrible at math my entire life. Luckily, the teachers were wrong. I get a calculator every day.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so wrong. Just like, you're not gonna have a calculator in real life. You lie.
Yeah, you're wrong. It's in my pocket.
Yeah,
I got it, and I need it too because we have to deal with like metrics and stuff too, which I'm like, I don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah. There are some comments. Brian asked Lexi, Anthony wants to know if you're doing a giveaway during the stream that he can win. Absolutely not. Jeff is in here.
Giveaway king right there, Anthony.
Yeah.
All right. Here's my thought. I kind of talked about this on my Whatnot stream yesterday. Okay. Giveaways, right? This is nothing to do with like this show really, but like, I guess it is because it's a live stream. I guess people do things.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give away things to people, and this isn't in anyone in particular. Like in the chat, everyone supports us. That's good. That's fine.
Yeah.
But like in the Whatnot stream, someone was asking. I don't remember someone was asking about it, and I was like, no, like I'm not going to give away something to someone who's not supporting me. You know what I mean? And
somebody random.
Yeah,
I've never seen their name before.
No, I'm like, I'm not. No, if you're gonna support me, sure, like buy something, I guess. But like. Other than that, if there's 5 people in here, I'm not going to be giving away something like to nobody. Like,
Yeah.
It's so silly to me, and I can't do a buyer's giveaway because there's not enough people buying stuff. I don't know. That's just so stupid.
Typically, we've been doing about for every $100. I've tried to do about one giveaway.
That seems fair.
Because it cost us about $5-ish just to get in the why behind it. It cost us about $5 to $6 out of our pocket.
Mm-hmm.
In all reality, the pop, I mean, we're not going to, most of the time when we're giving something away, it's either not really damaged, but we're not going to move it.
Right.
And so the pop itself is probably in the $5 range anyways, and we're not going to move it. So it's a $5 pop that we're going to sit on for years. Yeah. Like we've got this Elaine from Seinfeld. We're not Seinfeld people.
No one.
But there are Seinfeld people, I guess. I don't know, but it's a free pop. People are excited about free pops, and so rather than just sitting on that for 3 years, $5 in shipping, I can justify when we've hit that kind of threshold, or when we start the show, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that, like until we'll normally do that to start the show, and then once we've hit $100 again. And then $100 again.
So it's kind of funny. We just started the show without kind of actually explaining what we are. I know we're like 20 minutes in, and I feel like we should do that. Probably. Yeah. So
we'll do a little intro.
This isn't a pop show. Obviously, we just talked a little bit about it, but not that. This is a show where we're gonna hang out, talk about life. We're gonna try to bi-weekly, which we determined earlier, just to not get burned out. And that's something I want to talk to you guys in particular about soon after I do this. So we're gonna try to do it bi-weekly pretty consistently, hopefully. The time might change. Right now, this is where we're at. This is probably where we're gonna stay for now. And we're gonna introduce ourselves as well. Don't worry. We're gonna do that. Basically, we're just talking about life. We're talking about mental health. We're talking about everything, and like everything that could possibly come about in the world and in life. That could be maybe you don't have somewhere to go where you can talk about that, and it's good to just get things out sometimes, and it's good to vent. Sometimes you just gotta yap for an hour or so, and if you want to add anything, be my guest.
I think that pretty much sums it up. I think a big thing that I'm focused on is like making a safe space for if there's outsiders outside of the Funko community, that's awesome. If it's just our community within, that's also awesome. I think the main thing is just making sure that apart from, like always talking Funko or anything along those lines, that people can also talk about who they are, what they go through, and as much as they want to share. So
yeah, it's important, I'd say, because realistically at the end of the day, we're all strangers on the internet, so I feel like it's good to like get to know us and get to know people we bring on, and as people as like people instead of just like content creators or whatever, but we're bringing it in the form of content, kind of, in a way. Just to kind of make it an open space to say what you want to say, as long as you're not like the racist Teletubby and my whatnot on it. And you can't say that. You can't say any of that. Be more like Winky Winky and less like Poe.
Yeah.
So we're gonna introduce ourselves. I know it's like 25 minutes in, but we're gonna introduce ourselves, talk about ourselves a little bit. Cool. My name is Jake. I am the Funko Fat Guy on YouTube. I don't have much else to say. I'm depressed sometimes. I don't know. I'm just raw dogging it. I'm not taking any medication or anything. I'm not even diagnosed, but I know that I want to jump off a bridge sometimes. Like, I won't do it. Like, I'm telling you now, I'm good. I won't do it. But like, sometimes I'm like, that looks like a nice overpass.
It's like, should I do it?
Jump right off that thing. And I'm not gonna. But,
I'm glad.
I just got a lot of things going on up here, and I should probably see a therapist and a doctor, and I should probably tell someone about it. But instead, I'm just raw dogging it, baby. I'm just going at it. Raw dogging life, no medication, just going crazy with that shit. I really should see a therapist, though. But right now, this is what I got. So this is good for now. All right, your turn.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. Do you want to do individuals?
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'm Lexi. I
He's already
also
driving Logan nuts. I'm not gonna jump on the bridge. All right. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. I was there at one point when I was younger. We're a little bit better now. But I do have like crippling anxiety, and Logan sees the worst of that every single day of his life. So that's right. I'm a Prozac girly, so I am medicated. I have to be, or I will be a big bitch. So that's me.
We're just really we're full
That's what
civic.
this is about. That's what this show's about. We're just saying some shit, you know. This is real. This is real talk, you know.
Yeah.
This is real talk.
That's true. Safe spaces, right?
I'm gonna be funny. It's who I am. But this is real conversations we're gonna
This
have.
is. I'm being
Like,
dead
that's why I
ass.
had the warning. I'm gonna play the warning again.
Yep.
Play the warning again. Where is it? Where's my warning? Boom. Warning. This show may contain topics that could potentially be sensitive to some people. And at least one host that says fuck a lot. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh, I love that shit.
Just saying, I'm gonna say fuck a lot. All right, go ahead.
Sorry, Logan.
So I'm Logan. I am not on any medications. I don't have those thoughts, and I don't have anxiety.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
good. The normal one came to the show. Oh,
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I have PTSD. I have night terrors, and yeah. So there's that.
Would you like to unpack what gave you that or no? You don't have to.
I mean, we can.
your call.
I didn't know if you want to do that right now,
Hey,
but I mean, we can.
What you want to share, or what any of us want to share on this show, is completely up to you. It's just to build a conversation around it. So
Yep.
if you want to talk about it, be my guest.
So yeah. So the Vegas shooting that happened, God, not 8 years ago,
It was a while. I don't think it was 8 years, but it was
6 years.
Yeah.
I try to block out the day in my head, but it was in October, or the year in my head. But so I was in Vegas for that, and yeah, it messed me up a little bit. I'm also a retired I say retired because I haven't operated in a while. Retired EMT, so some of that training kicked in a little bit too. And so, yeah, that messes with me. We don't go anywhere that has fireworks. For our baseball games, for instance, that we go to every Friday night that have fireworks, we leave by like the 6th inning because we don't want to chance it.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any fireworks ever around here, we crank up as many TVs as we can full blast to try to override that. But it will basically just make me space out really bad, and I kind of get tunnel vision and locked out. But I've done a lot better with it over the years, just because I know how to deal with things, because I've helped others deal with them, because I've done rotations in different, for part of your master's degree, you have to do rotations like in behavioral health centers and stuff like that. So I've helped others with PTSD. But yeah, so that is my, I guess, trauma.
Everyone's got something.
Yeah, but I have the first few times I ever slept over, I had to warn her. I don't think I did the first time. So I guess I'll tell a funny story about it. I woke her up in the middle of the night one night. I don't remember doing this, but she said I literally sat straight up, smacked her on the leg, and said, "There's a sniper in the window,"
Oh my God.
and pointed to the window, and then laid back down and went back to sleep.
Wow.
And so she's like, "Well, my anxiety went into hyperdrive, and I didn't."
Not a good combo.
Yeah, but I'll wake up and like look at my watch sometimes, and like my heart rate will hit like 170 in my sleep. So yeah, it's good. I sleep okay-ish most nights. Most nights is only about 3 to 4 hours a night. But yeah.
I feel like obviously you would know better than this, having the degree and everything, but like I feel like something like that will only get better with time. I'd imagine, obviously, I have no idea. I'm just a guy. But just what I would believe that would get better with time. It's never going to be gone. Like, it's never going to be gone. it's kind of like with my accidents, my way different situations, but similar, I guess, concepts in a way. Because I've been in like a few car accidents or whatever, and now I have super, like, when I drive, I have massive anxiety when I'm driving. So it's like, it's not PTSD really, but it's like, I don't even know. I don't even know how to describe it, but
I think it is a form of PTSD.
Maybe a little, maybe a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely, I would say, not as severe. I've gotten, like, if I'm going somewhere that I'm unfamiliar with, I will like freak out a little. Especially if I don't have, like, obviously luckily we're in the age of like phones and GPS, and like it's pretty easy. But I remember one time I was invited to like a party at a bar or something, which I also don't like. Social anxiety, that's fun. But I went and I couldn't find parking, right? So I was like, because it was in a like downtown area, super crowded, on like a Friday night or something, like, so it was busy. This place was busy. I couldn't find parking or whatever, so I parked somewhere, but it looked like it was like a not parking zone, like it was like a tow zone or whatever. So I was like, well, I can't be here. And then my phone was only at like 5% or whatever, so I just fucking left.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do that, I'm going home. And,
Yeah.
and then the person was mad and whatever, but like I was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Either I get lost here, or my car gets towed and I get lost. So
Yeah.
there was no winning there for me.
Yeah, exactly. Before Logan and I got together, just speaking of like bars, a super quick story. Before we got together, I went out a lot on the weekends with some friends, and one night we went to one of our local bars on our downtown. And literally when I was standing at the bar, there was a person next to me, and then that person next to them got stabbed and died in the bar. So I was like, hey, I'm never coming back here again. And I didn't.
Yeah, you guys have been through like real shit, apparently.
Well, he's also paralyzed too, so isn't that fun?
Yeah, I don't have any.
Just leg, half of a leg.
Going on. Huh?
Yeah.
It's half of my left leg.
He can still walk.
Did that happen? Is that a birth thing, or was that?
No, so it's called conversion disorder. It's basically it's a longer medical name, but conversion disorder is a shorter name, and it's
you'll just confuse everyone if you.
Yeah, it's much easier to say. But basically, something in your brain just wakes up one day and goes, "Hey, this doesn't exist anymore."
Oh no.
Most cases, I forgot the actual percentage number, but most cases, people wake up and they're blind.
Ooh.
There's been cases where somebody just loses like from here to here in their forearm. Like it's sporadic, but it's basically there's part of your brain. That's actually part of the reason I was originally going for my MBA for business.
Mm-hmm.
And when this happened to me, I was like, I want to know why the brain does what it does. And I was also getting my minor in psychology, so it was an easy switch. But when this happened, I was like, I definitely want to know. But basically something in your brain gets so overworked and stressed out that it's kind of like a kill switch or a safety switch that it shuts off. And they say there's a chance it cuts back on, but usually if it doesn't happen in the first few years, it won't. But yeah, so I've been like, they cut your leg. They make sure to do nerve testing. They try to fry the nerve to see if it'll wake back up. None of that worked.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's wild. And doctors can't do anything about it, right?
No, because technically, on a physical spectrum, the nerve, at first there was nothing wrong with the nerves, mm-hmm. On the spinal column or anything like that. But then, as the years have gone on, the nerves have gotten weaker and stuff like that, to where now they're pretty much shot. I have to be careful when I'm walking because my foot will drop, mm-hmm. And stuff like that. So when I'm walking on my left foot, sometimes I'll trip, or if I'm not looking, my left foot will be lower than my right. And so I used to have to wear a brace that kept my left foot automatically up at all times.
Okay.
And I've learned how to walk without it now. So that's thankful. But yeah.
Man. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's awful because there's nothing you can do.
Mhm.
It just happens. Like,
Yeah. I was literally getting in the shower, and apparently my blood pressure, by the time the EMTs got there, my blood pressure was 210 over
Jesus,
109, and they said that was it coming back down.
that's
By the time
crazy.
by the time I got in the hospital, it was 238 over 119. So that's why they're saying like the brain was just like no, and just
Yeah.
flipped the switch.
Man. Oof. Sarah, you don't have to like apologize or anything. Like, it's
No,
good. We
yeah.
want this. We want people to be talking. We want people to comment, and you're
Yes,
actually
please.
honestly one of my like top guests that I want on here because of that.
Yeah.
I've already talked to her about it.
Nice.
I was like, we gotta have her on because
Yeah.
of that reason specifically too. I
Yep.
mean, she's gonna know a lot. She's gonna know a lot about this shit. Spam away. I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah, dude.
That's good. I'm
Answer
fine
all the
with it.
questions. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I'm fine with it. Exactly. Like, I don't know any of it.
Yeah.
I'm just here to be the pretty face, you know. Like, I'm just here for that. So, you know, I'm here for the laughs. That's me.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
goal. All right, so I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit. All right. So what I just wrote stuff down. Like, I just wrote down a bunch of random shit. So
Cool.
Logan, this is more for you. Lexi, maybe you might be a little too young because you're like an infant. You're like a toddler.
Yeah.
So did you ever watch Ed, Ed and Eddie? Like
Yeah.
the Cartoon Network show?
Oh yeah.
Here's something I don't understand. All right, this is a real conversation I had with myself. Why did the Ed, Ed and Eddie not like those trailer trash Kanker sisters more than anybody else? They were always trying to fuck them. Like, that's awesome. That's so cool. One of them had blue hair. That's awesome. Love her. That's the best. One of them's blonde. Like, there you go. There's so much going on with them, and they were always like, "Oh, let's go for Naz, like the cool girl or whatever." No, Ed, Ed and Eddie, you learn nothing. Go for the trailer trash. All right. They will give you that hawk tour. They will.
Oh my god.
They are the ones you want to be going for.
Oh my
They were
God.
baddies, all right? The Kanker sisters were baddies. I'm saying it here. I'm saying you heard it here first. Kanker sisters, they were baddies, all right? Logan, what do you think?
Come on, that's some cartoons.
I can honestly say I did not think that one through. I was more wondering why the one I can't remember his name was obsessed with Plank so much.
That's Johnny.
Johnny.
I watched Ed, Ed and Eddie like a week ago. I'm not even joking. It was on. Like, I was waiting for food to cook or whatever, and it was just on TV. I was like, gonna watch this. Definitely watching this. And maybe this is what sparked that thought. But I was like, Kanker sisters are kind of bad. I mean, they're kind of baddies. I don't understand. I don't understand what they're thinking. So whatever.
Oh my
And
God.
they had their own place. They lived in a trailer all together. That's great.
That's
Unbelievable.
true.
Unbelievable. No one should ever think that, Brian. That's a me original. I'm like,
Could you imagine if I got 1 hour inside of Jake's mind?
you might not make it out. You already got PTSD, brother. You might not make it out. that might be wild.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to dive into that too. Crushes on anime characters. This is a little different. This was a children's program, but listen, bear with me.
Yeah, I just got done watching X-Men and 97 and talking about Lost Forever. That's what would happen when yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. I don't know. That's just one of my notes that I have written down, and I was like, "That's absurd. I must talk about it. I got to get that out. I got to make other people hear that, like, because I need opinions. I need to know. I need to know if other people are having these thoughts. Apparently not. And that's okay.
Not about Ed and Eddie, but apparently Sarah did a research paper on it.
On attraction to animated characters. That's actually I'm kind of cute. We'll have to when she comes on, whenever that is, we're gonna have to dive into that because that's
Sarah's just gonna have to read it for us.
the whole thing. We only got an hour and a half. I don't know if we got. I don't know.
No, I'm sure she can read fast.
I've written research papers and probably way shorter ones, and They are long.
Yeah. Dara said it's healthy for you to be attracted to anime characters. So you may be getting better, Jake.
I'm doing great.
You're
I'm
getting
doing
better, my
great.
man.
I mean, could it get worse?
No. Considering there's no real woman in my life, I guess that's all I got.
You'll find her one day.
She's in a psych ward, but that's okay. That's what
I need you to do like a fortune telling session with somebody and they predict your future and then you come back and let us know how that went.
I can promise you, I don't read into that bullshit. Some people do. Some people are into like astrology and whatever that weird shit. Not me. Do
On our second phone call ever one night,
she
literally was like, "What time were you born?" And I had to wake my mother up to ask.
Out my tea.
I had to ask my mother what time I was born so she could do this like thing to see.
Turns out we were a good match. So
Good on you for getting laid, brother. Like you went through the work. You did that work, my man, because I would have been like, the fuck? I am not getting that information. I don't give a shit. Good for you.
oh my god. I was right though.
Good. I mean, I'm glad it worked out. But man, I mean, I ain't waking up anybody to get that information. I will lie to you. I will lie. So, I mean, since we're talking about relationships, there was something that I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
And this is just something I want to not even talk about. It's just something I want to say out loud again.
Okay.
My first girlfriend, like, I don't even know, early. I was young. You probably couldn't even consider it any kind of relationship at all. She left me for a man that didn't exist. You want to unpack that one?
Yes.
Was it an anime character?
No. This was before anime was like a huge thing. This was in like 2000, 2009 or something. Like it
was it Catfish?
No.
Okay.
Unless I was the one being catfished.
Okay.
Because the person just straight up didn't exist ever. There was no like profile or anything. It was just a reason to leave. And we had only been like, again, we were like 12, 13, like we were young. We were super young.
Okay.
It's like not a thing. It's like not even a real thing. It's just funny and I want to talk about it. Like I want to mention it. Yeah, his name was Clayton. Like I should have known off the bat. That's not a real name. No one's Clayton. That's not real.
I mean it is, but go off.
Stop it. No. Stop that. That's not a real name. And then she ended up really dating a guy named Levi. And I'm like, these are not real names. You're making these people up. But that guy was real, I think. But
you think?
Is she from the South?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But yeah, she was like a chronic liar. So that's kind of where that stemmed from. And I tend to attract those a lot. I don't know what it says about me, but there's a lot of liars that have come in and out of my life. And she was one of them. She started the trend.
God. Can you imagine how she's doing now, being like a compulsive liar about everything?
Yeah, she was I think she lives in Hawaii, last I knew, or something. Like, and I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
I legitimately have no clue if that's true.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen pictures of her in Hawaii, like nothing. I don't know.
Yeah.
No idea. She was nuts. Clearly. Well, I have a type. Full disclosure, got a type. It's nuts.
Wait. I mean, that's okay, but
is there something you need to tell us?
Wait, what are you talking about?
You said you attract.
You have a type, and it's what?
Crazy people. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just
you said nuts.
People who are nuts. Yeah. People who are absolutely batshit insane. Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking of literal nuts, Jake.
Oh no, I don't want nuts. No, I don't need nuts. No. I don't need nuts in or around my mouth. I don't need.
No, so okay, stop, Paul. We're good. I just thought we were like you were having
balls here. All right, no.
You're good. didn't know how open you were being right now, and that's why I wanted to make sure.
No, if I was gay as shit, you'd know. All right, I tell you, I would be fully open and honest about it, but I am not.
That's why I thought I was like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
No, crazy people. Like I said, my future wife is probably in an asylum right now. So
But-
that's pretty cool.
If she is, when she gets out, she'll be all right.
Well,
Yeah,
Till the
she's
next trip.
recovered. That's what happened. She's building herself, healing, giving you time. That's all.
what I need to do is when I get my own house or whatever, I need to just build a padded room and see what happens. You know, just like kind of put some bait in it or something. Be like, come on, come on.
Could you imagine? You
My crazy
bring over a girl and she's like, "What's that room?" Don't ask questions.
If
Just
you
go
don't
in.
know, you're not for me.
That's hilarious, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, I got issues.
That's okay. Kind of piggyback off of that a little bit. We
Please
won't
do.
we won't super dive into it because I think this needs to be like its own episode. But I had an ex before Logan that I was with for quite some time.
Oh boy.
And let's just say at the end, okay, he was cross-dressing on Reddit and like sleeping with men. It was a long distance relationship. Okay.
We definitely need to unpack that as well.
We'll come back to that. But just know that that is a story that I have for you. That shit was crazy and traumatic. And that's the whole reason why I have anxiety.
I am all for inclusion. Let me
Look, the
throw
way
that
she-
there.
The way she just dropped that on everyone.
You can do what you want to do in your life. I'm an ally, you know. You want to do what you're doing? Fine, that's fine. Oh my
Yeah.
god! Still,
It was,
crazy. What a thing to happen.
dude.
Were there
It was-
signs? I don't know. God.
No, dude, he was like so he lived in Pennsylvania. Okay.
Brian, you don't want to know what she did to him.
we saw each other often, but it was a lot of me traveling there. But his family was super Christian, like really sweet parents, awesome brother. You know what I mean? It's just like the whole 9 yards. And he was just a sketchy piece of shit. And then one day out of the blue, I was walking to work and he texted me and he was like, I've been cheating on you since day one and I've been hooking up with men. And later that night when we talked, he was like, I also have one more thing I need to tell you is that I've been cross-dressing on Reddit. I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, the pegging should have been the first sign that something was wrong. You should have known. I mean, right then and there, you'd have been like, oh, that explains a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, that's why I think, I've always had anxiety, but my trust issues and I constantly need reassurance. I probably ask Logan every day, are you cheating on me?
Yeah, no, I get that. I have had, believe it or not, I have had real relationships that I didn't get left for fake men.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and one that messed me up was it wasn't super long. It was the longest one. I haven't been in a ton of long relationships. Things just don't work out. I got issues. They definitely have issues. It was about 16 months. I was still in high school. So it was barely a relationship, but it was 16 months is a decent chunk of time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was cheated on over and over and over again. And it was my first real relationship. So I didn't do anything about it. I just kind of took it, I just I was blinded, I was blind to it. And so that's definitely that I would say that breakup and everything, that whole relationship has definitely stemmed a lot of my problems.
Yeah.
Because I remember in 2012 we broke up about I don't even remember. Oh, a little about halfway through 2012. And 2012 New Year's 2012, I started drinking. I had never had a drink before. I started partaking in recreational activity, let's say that.
Yeah.
Now for about 3-4 years or so, there was a point where my friends were concerned about my well-being because after that, and it's so stupid because like that's not that long of a relationship, but like it was my first love, like my first relationship, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Probably overreacted, but whatever. So that there was a span of about 3 to 4 years. Funny enough, before I turned 21, that I was a full-on alcoholic.
Yeah.
And luckily, good now. Don't really drink. Maybe socially every now and then. If I'm sitting in a pool, I'll have some drinks. Whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
I know how to regulate it. I didn't know how to regulate it for so long after that. I was always so anti like drugs and like drinking, whatever, but like I was so anti-drug. And after that, it was just downhill. It was just downhill for a while. And now, again, I mean, I learned to regulate all these things. And but I could see, this is going to sound bad. I could see myself doing it again. I don't. Oh, what'd you do? What happened? I don't want to, but it's something that could definitely rear its head. Luckily, I don't like it really anymore, and I don't feel the need to do it anymore. But it was definitely there was definitely a spell where things were a little dicey, and it was I wasn't even. I mean, I was drinking with friends or whatever too, but I was drinking alone a lot, which is bad. You don't want to do that. That's bad. That's sad. Don't do that. At least don't do that a lot. I'm fine with a drink every now and then, but like if you're drinking alone, you know that there's some stuff twisted up going on there. So I'm good now. But yeah. So yeah, that's fun. I don't think I've ever talked about that. So I mean, well, I've been on lives and stuff or whatever, but I've never talked about that specifically. Because how would that come up? Like, how the hell on a Funko live stream? How would that come up? Just like, hey, were you ever a raging alcoholic for a few years? Yes, actually, that's crazy. You asked. Oh my god, crazy you bring that up. It's good now.
Cool.
For the most.
Brian said in the chat, first real person after divorce I had fell in love and was ready to marry. Found out she had been with someone else almost the entire time or the whole time. They married a few years later. Alcohol free for 5 years.
That's great.
That's awesome, great. Dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously don't understand it to that degree. Never been married. Probably won't be, to be honest. But yeah, no, it affects everyone differently, that kind of stuff. For me, it was young heartbreak, and it threw me off a cliff. So but I mean, that was so long ago now. I mean, it definitely, but then the problem is that triggered everything at the beginning, and then it just ramped up, just like over, like it started outdoing itself somehow. And then the accidents and all that. And the accident was 2012 as well. The big one that kind of fucked me up. I broke my femur, which is the hardest bone in the body.
Painful too.
Not for me.
Really?
Just because I couldn't feel anything. Yeah, I was more concerned about like if I had broken my nose because I was bleeding. Like that was the only place I was bleeding. And luckily it wasn't. This is going to be gross for some people. Sorry. Luckily, it wasn't a compound fracture, because if it was, I would have lost my damn mind. But this is going to be gross. Warning. Gross trigger warning. I remember finding out that I had broken my leg because I looked down and tried to move it, and only the top part moved. And
God.
It was one of the most. I was not calm. Like I was calm, but like because I had to be. Like it was just because I had my ex with me at the time as well. She was fine. The bitch. Kidding. Joke. She was fine.
Oh man.
Hey, Linda.
Hey.
But yeah, she was fine. And I took the brunt of it. And the most interesting part of it to me, and the most like harrowing part of it to me, was the mechanic who towed the car said if the engine came back any further and didn't drop, I would have it would have been in my lap. So I escaped death that day.
Yeah.
So
Because they're
yeah.
supposed to drop down so they don't end up going right
Yeah.
into you, basically.
So if it did,
Or they're
if
designed.
that didn't happen,
Mhm.
it would have been lights out. I would have
Yes.
had way more problems than a broken leg.
God,
Yeah.
that's
But a lot of
traumatic.
times, if it happens too quick, they'll come straight back because they don't have enough time to break down.
Yeah.
I've seen that wreck a few times as an EMT. A lot of older cars, the mechanism doesn't.
What I should have done was loaded up the pictures, just to really trigger people, because they are bad. Sarah has seen them. I showed her when we were talking about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're bad. They're really bad, and it was my fault. I wasn't drunk or anything. That was before drunk. I just, it was a dirt road. It was a shitty dirt road. I wasn't paying attention. Like, I don't know. I think my girlfriend was like playing with like an ornament or something that was hung up in my car. Everyone thought she was giving me a blowjob. She wasn't. She'd be dead. She'd have a crushed head. Which everyone, literally whole school, because we were still in high school or whatever, whole school was like, oh yeah, that's what was happening. I was like, she would be crushed to death.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I would have no penis. So would have been bitten off. Don't want that. I need that. But yeah, it's but yeah, so she was like fiddling with something. So I looked up for like a second, and then boom, tree, the big ass motherfucking tree. Yeah. So it was a good time. I ended up making the town book that year. I guess we had a town book, and I was in it.
Hey.
They were like, "Hey, look at this." I think it was for the fire department or like the ambulance or whatever. I don't even know.
Brian said, "Well, we are glad that you're the Funko fat guy and not the Funko flat guy."
I like that. I mean, I wish I was flatter. I'm trying to lose all this. You know? Like, I'm trying to lose the roundness. You know.
Oh my god.
I get that.
That's been fun. I've been dealing with that. I mean, it's not that hard. It's just routine and regiment, and I'm not good at it, but I'm trying.
Yeah.
I like food. We went to the fair again yesterday just for the food. We literally parked at the gate. Didn't even walk far. Parked at the gate just to go in and get the food at the fair. Because fair food is the best food.
This is true. Yeah, I mean, you can't get a fried Oreo at most places, you know?
Yeah, and they had like an authentic like Mexican like food vendor there. And so I got, oh my god, birria tacos, and oh my gosh,
this quesadilla.
I'm never going to be skinny, and I'm okay with it. And my mental health, as soon as I learned to accept it, I became happier.
Fair enough. I've accepted it for a long time. And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get skinny. Like, I'm not going to be a skinny man. I'm not built for that. But like, I'm just trying to be a little more healthier, you know? Like, I'm just trying to get my blood pressure down and like stuff like that. Like, I'm 30, I'm getting old, you know? Like, I got to kind of figure stuff out a little.
Well, it also helps with mental health too,
True.
like finding the routine and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Because I am shit with routines and schedules, and Logan's the complete opposite. I have like organized chaos because I'm OCD. Yeah, he's super OCD, and I'm just not. So
the reason I wiped that just a minute ago is because she actually has some like sticky residue. That's why it's blurry right here. And it's actually like I keep fidgeting because it's driving me insane. And I keep having to count on my fingers because it's driving me insane.
Yeah. It's funny you bring that up because like I usually don't see like a white screen on my computer. So like now that it's white because the StreamYard like interface is white, I just see like dots here and there, and I'm like kind of feeling the same way. I'm like, I gotta wipe that shit down.
So that's why you keep seeing me like look down a little bit because I just keep seeing it. And I'm like, and she, love her to death. She's like she said, she's organized chaos. As long as she knows where she put everything, she's good. But she just kind of does that.
Yeah, I think that's my like low key autism, like ADHD and shit. So
I'm convinced, as far as stuff like that goes, I'm convinced it's a spectrum for a reason. We're all kind of on it. Like we're all a little on it. Like for some, like in some, it's just to what capacity, you know? It's like what capacity are you on it? Like because OCD, I think it now is considered like a form of autism, which is crazy. Yeah. Like people just had it. Like that wasn't a thing before, and I feel like that's where I don't know where the spectrum starts. I don't know where it ends, but like. That's why it's there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Linda said she lives with 2 OCD men, so she's more like me, which makes sense. I mean, those people, Logan and I clash a lot sometimes on little things, but I don't know, it works out because when he is he's organized more when I start to get like overstimulated or overwhelmed, which helps me out a lot. But then I'll have like spurts where like I'll deep clean and then just like hyper fixate on things in the house.
Her ADHD goes nuts sometimes, and I'm like, slow down. You just started 9 projects at once. Yeah. I'm like, finish one, please.
Like you're starting too much.
Yeah, like mine is like the very first thing I have to do in the morning is I have to make the bed. As soon as we're out of the bed, it's made. Like, but like hospital corners or military corners, depending on where you are, like that has to be done. Like first thing, and she's not like that. And so, like when we first got together, that was something we had to get used to. Mm-hmm. She's like, I just get out of bed and I just get back in it.
Okay, I lived it out of a hamper for my clothes before I met this man.
And I don't. I literally do laundry, fold it, and put it away same day.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I can't do.
I can't do that.
No. It's. I mean, you can kind of see some of the chaos. Like it's just there's no organization at all. That's like my clothes are right there. Like that's what I live off of. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I they're folded at least. Like I go that far, but it takes me like a week to do it. Like it's like I don't make the bed because like why I'm just gonna sleep in it again.
It's so comfy. Like when you first crawl in it, like it's made. It's made and like the sheets are all like you're not having to worry about like wait, where's my fitted sheet, where's my comforter? Like or like my top sheet, my comforter, they're both all perfectly even.
I know where they are. They're on the bed.
There's no wrinkles. Like I literally, because I get up first most mornings, I will make my half of the bed while she's still in it. That's how bad my OCD is sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. I don't have any of that. Luckily, there are some things I do where like maybe I don't even know like that may be considered like kind of like OCD a little bit, but not really. Like I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I know for sure there's something just because of who I am. But like I don't care about that. Like I'm so not organized. I own so much shit. I have so much stuff. Look. I have thousands of things just mattered about. They're everywhere. It's
all my pops are like perfectly like lined on the bookshelf.
Here's the thing. If I could do that right now, I would. I just don't have any. I don't have the basis to do that right now.
Yeah.
But like when I have my own space, like when I have my own house, I'm gonna definitely. They're gonna look way better.
Yeah.
Hopefully. And I want a shelf. I want a shelf for the Switch games too, because I've been buying so many of them.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Yeah, we've been running out of room quick.
Yeah, I'm out of room. I'm beyond out of room.
Yeah.
I've taken over my poor parents' house. There's bins everywhere. I want to get out, but property in New Hampshire is like crazy right now. So
yeah,
I can't do anything. I've finally forced myself to start saving money.
It's hard.
I'm not good at that either. So
yeah, it's really hard. We're okay with it until some things pop up and then we like want to like splurge. It's hard not to, but right now we got to really kick ass and save as much money as possible because there's just so much shit coming up. Like we want to go to Niagara Falls Comic-Con and we actually do want to take you. We just bought a new car,
we're gonna need it.
We
long ass trip.
Yeah, we're wanting to move into my mom's house once she moves out. So there's just like a lot of big things that are lined up for us, and money is definitely gonna be one of the things that help us through it the most. But it sucks ass trying to save it.
Yeah, I've been trying. I mean, I'm not good at saving money. Obviously, you guys see how much shit I have all the time. There's so much, but the problem with me, and this is just kind of the stubborn part of me, property that was like 80 grand like a couple of years ago is like 200 grand, and I'm like, how is this going to be a good investment for me? Like, how does that make any damn sense for me? Yeah. And it's just that's just me being stubborn. And there was I think right after COVID started, maybe 2020 2021 ish, I felt like I saw a place, I went and actually looked at it and everything, and like basically just needed to sign the papers. And then like after I had seen it, like there was nothing, like there was some weird shit going on. There were bullet holes in the back. It was like the paneling was like burnt off, like melted off. I was like, this is a little odd. So I just saw, like after I saw it, I was like, maybe not.
Yeah.
I wish I bought that fucking house.
Yeah.
Because that house now is about double. It was like 170 or something when I looked at it. That house now is about 350. And it every day I'm like, I probably should have bought the weird house.
Yeah.
Probably should have bought the weird gun house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you live and learn. It is what it is. I'll get there eventually, hopefully. I just need to buckle down, and I got to sell all my shit. I gotta, man, that's why I've been trying to do the auctions. I've been trying to just move inventory, but it's so slow. It's such a slow process.
It is. Yeah, it's Whatnot's been slow as shit the last couple of days.
It's
or last
been-
couple of weeks, I should
It's been
say.
driving me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
It's been driving me insane because I mean, Mercari's the same way. It's so hard to sell anything right now. And I just want, like, if I could snap my fingers and have it be all gone, not all of it. Like, obviously I'd keep my own shit, but like,
Yeah.
I have like 500 plus for sale inventory right now.
Jesus.
Like, I want that all to be so gone that is
Yeah.
not even funny. And I don't know how to go about that other than like contacting someone to buy it all.
Yeah.
But that's a gigantic pain in the ass. And obviously I'm going to get shafted on it, but at this point I don't even care.
Yeah.
I just want it out of my house. Like I want it gone. I want the money. I want it to pay off. I want to pay off my debts. Like there's so much I want to do that I just can't really find out how to do,
Yeah.
But that's how things work, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. This time of year is tough. Just in general.
Yeah.
Like I think September-ish it'll pick back up. But we had to start basically anything that we had like last week. Now we gotta rotate that out and not have it again in next week's show, because anytime we like list, if I have the same things like back-to-back weeks, I never move anything. And so I have to just completely relist, which it's taxing mentally to do all of that. It takes a lot of time. I couldn't imagine being, I mean, obviously like, bigger channel like Slaps and stuff like that, they're having new inventory all week. So all the time, so they have to do it.
Totally different.
But like, I couldn't imagine, having to do that all the time just because of the amount of work that it takes. Like I got off of work on Thursday and I told her, I was like, I gotta sit in the office still. I was like, I gotta list all this stuff. And I think I sat up there for another 2 hours.
Yeah.
After I got off work. So I mean, I basically turned my 8-hour day into a 10-hour day.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's taxing on a mental standpoint. But if we didn't do that, then we would have sat on that inventory another week. And I mean, we still didn't move a lot, but that's just this time of year.
Well, even if I sell one thing, I'm like, awesome. Yay.
Yeah.
I'm like, at this point, I'm like, great. Because there have been days and there have been auctions where I have sold nothing for hours. So if I'm selling anything, I'm as happy as I'm gonna get. Like I'm like, cool, that's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm just trying to be more consistent with it just because I guess I mean I have to do something. I gotta do something. But yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. What else? One of my notes just says, "Am I crazy for eating 4 string cheeses as a meal?"
No.
Yes, that's not a meal.
I agree with you. Mind you, I'm on your side here. But I did it, so I wrote it down. And
What's wrong with it though?
It's not a meal.
it's not a meal. I was at work. Does that count?
Actually, if you're at work, yes, it counts because I've eaten
Work
just a
meal?
bag of peanuts for lunch before.
Yeah, it's a work meal. It's a sad work meal. I
Yeah.
could have done like usually what I do with my like meal plan or whatever. I could have done. I drink like protein shakes, kind of like as a meal replacement. Usually I do one of those and then some cheese just to have like real food, like not liquid in me. Pause. There go the gay allegations again. Shit. Oh, God damn it. I'm never gonna escape them. So
Allegations, number one. We just wanted you to clarify.
whatever. You can allege all you want. Whatever. I don't care. Maybe it'll get me a new following. That's fine with me.
Could.
I mean, if I started posting on the OnlyFans, that'll work.
Oh God.
What was I talking about? Cheese. String cheese.
Food. Jeez.
So usually it's one of those and then some like cheese or whatever, like string cheese or like whatever, like some kind of cheese. But then I was like, I kind of don't want it's like a chocolate milk kind of like thing, protein shake or whatever. And I was like, I don't really want it, but I needed more calories just because of how things are going. Like I need more. So I just ate 4 string cheese, whatever, fine. Sometimes you gotta improvise. All right.
She forgets to eat a lot. I blame her ADHD for that, but
I never forget to eat. That's for sure.
I don't either. But yeah, that's one thing you never have to worry about with me. I will always remember to eat.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I'm just reading my notes now, seeing if there's anything that I absolutely have to talk about. And one of them just says space sharks. What does that mean? I think there's a movie coming out called Space Sharks.
Is there?
That is a dangerous place inside your brain. Space sharks.
It's just space sharks.
I'm gonna try to wipe this off. Hold on.
Now it's driving you nuts, isn't it?
Oh God, you turned off the camera. It looks like it is better. It looks
Is
a little
it
better.
Yeah, I think you had like something sticky over
I did.
it.
I had a piece of tape over it because I was scared the government was watching me through my.
Oh, they are for sure. Yeah, they're definitely watching.
But you have a phone that knows if you talk about diapers, and now you're going to ad for diapers. You're
It's
welcome.
just a little different.
We have a computer in our pockets all the time, and they're gonna find some stuff. The weirdest ad. This is a question I want to pose to you. What's the weirdest ad that you've ever gotten, like on Instagram or Facebook or whatever?
I don't really get weird ads. I just get the ads I'm talking about verbally that I've never looked up before, and I'm like, how did that happen? But I've never gotten a weird ad.
So I've gotten a weird ad.
I'm not shocked, but
here's the thing. I've never talked about this thing, and that's what made it weirder.
okay.
Because I don't know how this would even come up in any conversation ever. I got an ad once.
Sarah.
I got an ad once for a 25-gallon drum of mango puree. I don't know what that means about me, but it was a big old drum of mango puree. And you know what? I clicked on it. And
I was just about to ask, did you?
And I looked at that website, and I was like, man, they just got a lot of drums of puree. I don't know how that would be delivered to me. I don't know. I have so many questions about the mango puree. I thought about it.
Was it legit?
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, it looked right. I don't know what I'd do with all that mango puree, but I thought about it. I mean, they kind of got me almost. I was like, maybe I do. Maybe I do need a bunch of mango puree. Maybe I do.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd do with it, but maybe I need it. That's kind of how they got me. They were like, oh, maybe this guy, you need some mango puree?
Do you even like mango?
It's all right. I don't love it. It's fine. I guess it wouldn't be my first. It's not my first fruit of choice, but like, they had like strawberry puree too. I was like, ooh, that'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good. I grew up next to a raspberry patch. They had raspberry puree. I could relive my childhood.
That's
like,
true.
I could suck that down and be
Oh
like,
my God,
yeah,
they've got you for multiple.
I feel like I would have to like start like a margarita company or something.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell am I doing with all this puree?
Yeah.
What was the pricing on that?
Vamp for a little bit. I'll look at it. Vamp for a bit.
Well, while you're doing that, my weirdest ad that I've ever received was so because I'm a cheap ass bitch, okay, I use and look at like Shein and shit like that. Well, one day I was like scrolling through Facebook and sometimes like Shein ads will pop up and it was for some like really weird shit for men though. And I don't know.
He looked it up so fast.
I don't know why I was getting that, but like the other day I showed Logan one and I don't even remember what it was, but I don't know, dude. It was fucking weird. It was so weird.
All right, so a 425-pound drum of raspberry puree would cost me $1,508.
I mean, that's an investment, though.
I've made some poor decisions financially in my life. I don't know if I can make that one.
I mean, but if you start,
you could start like a margarita business, a smoothie business.
I can buy it on Amazon.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can buy a drum on Amazon. You can buy cars on Amazon. Did you know that?
Yeah, my mom bought tires on Amazon.
That's crazy. Oh,
Is
these
it?
are just little baby. These are just little baby purees. I don't need little baby purees. I need a drum.
Okay, but like for the cars, like is it like a Carvana situation or shit? Like they can like deliver the entire car to you, or you assemble it yourself, or what is it?
I would imagine I think they would just bring the car.
He said assemble it yourself. You can get
I hope-
a tire on Monday and an engine
Oh.
block on Tuesday.
I hope it's not like a model kit. Like they're like, you put this together. We ain't doing it. No,
You're not doing this
It's like a Lego Technic idea.
no way.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be putting together a car. I'm stupid as shit. I can't figure that out. I pay other people to do car stuff. I can't do that.
shit.
No car stuff. Too dumb.
Look at y'all both with y'all giant jugs.
Look,
Are you a Stanley girly?
Look, you see the sticker?
Yeah. All right. Hell
Yeah, I have a bunch of different ones on there. And no, I'm not a Stanley girly. This is a dupe, and I got it from Walmart. And then I have like a Simply Modern one from Amazon, and the shit works just the same. And I'm not spending $80.
No,
on
it's
Stanley.
not the same. I got
Yeah.
a fancy logo. All right.
Not you being a Stanley girly.
Yeah, I'm a
We
Stanley
are
girl, you know it.
we are a simply modern family. Not modern family, simply modern household. But like simply modern, we got off Amazon, and like we've got 2 of the cups. I've got their lunchbox actually. And the cup, like I'll put, a Long Island with ice in there. And the ice will literally be in there for a day and a half
Mhm.
almost. And it lasts forever. And I got another one her sister got me with the Pens logo on it with my name on it. And it's just as good. Like it's crazy.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely gave into the hype. I don't need that thing. It's not even as good as the smaller one I used to use. It's not even as good.
Yeah.
But I gotta get in with the trends. I gotta be trendy. I gotta be.
That was
cool.
It was an impulse buy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But it was
Yeah.
just on Amazon though. It wasn't like one of the super expensive ones.
Oh, cool.
But I mean, it was just whatever. But retail still is like $45. They're expensive.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, it's nuts, and I'm a big dumbass. But I told you, bad financial decisions should be my middle name. Papa Goss is in the chat. What's going
I
on?
think a lot of these stickers came from Brian.
Hi,
too.
Josh.
I'm super curious on what you got at that convention, if anything. Maybe did you get anything signed? Like, was anyone cool there? I want to know. Tell me, please. Especially if you got something signed, I really want to know.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I did talk about the diet a little bit, but I also have how bad sugar-free chocolate syrup is.
oh my god. Okay.
It does.
let's
Have you ever
talk-
had it?
No, I haven't. I've seen it before, but funny enough, I've only seen it in the north.
It doesn't like mix. It doesn't mix, and if it does like a little bit, but then it separates if you leave it too long. I'm like, this is the worst thing. I threw it out. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not dealing. I'll take the extra calories. I don't give a shit. I am not dealing with that. And I love me some chocolate milk. This is a body built by chocolate milk. I was like, no way. I'm not doing that anymore.
I don't think they sell that in the South because they know better.
They shouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
They know better. Yeah, nobody in the South's buying that.
I kind of want to join a cult. That's on here.
Jake,
Or
what?
start one. I want to start one. That would be cool.
What for?
I don't know. It sounds fun.
I mean, you have to give me some sort of base to work with.
All
What's the
right. So
conclusion?
I was in New York City, right? I was in
Alright.
New York City. I was like 5 minutes walking distance away from the Scientology church. I didn't go, but I regret it every day of my life because I want a pamphlet. Like I wish I had like a pamphlet or something, but I
Yeah.
feel like if I step foot in there, they would never let me out. But I'm curious enough to do it. I'm like nosy. I'm like, I kind of want to see what's going on, but I know I can't afford that. But like, that's kind of why I want to start my own, because then people give me money and then they'll think I'm God. And then I'll be like, yeah, all right. Then I'm the head honcho. And then I can tell people what to do. Sounds pretty cool.
Well, that is the choice.
I don't know what that says about me. I really don't. Yeah, no,
We
I know.
have-
Sarah's
we
right.
have
I would
one.
be so gone.
We have one right down the next
Is it a Scientology one?
to the campus. In Scientology, Western.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Scientology church. I didn't know
So
it was.
Sneak in and get me a pamphlet.
Okay.
Don't actually. They'll never come out.
What's so funny is it's right next to a community college. It's growing very large. Like it used to be a smaller community college, and now it's like it takes up like almost bigger than Radford University is. It's crazy. Anyway, so I don't know how much longer that Scientology college, church can be there because I mean they're kind of expanding towards it now. But also it's right next to the campus too. So I'm like,
they probably make a lot of money.
That's what I'm wondering. Like I never put the connection there because I used to go to there when I was in high school to do college classes while I was in high school, and then one of my professors told me like, yeah, it's a Scientology church, and I was like, what? Like,
is Tom Cruise there?
Like, no joke. I was like all the celebrities that are like part of the cult, and he's like, it's not a cult, and he got really defensive, and I was
so
like,
he's part of it.
He got very. That was the first B I ever got.
Because anyone who's part of it will tell you it's not a cult.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my grades changed like that, and I was like, "Did this dude really just?"
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it would be kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
I wonder if you can find like a pamphlet online or some shit.
Not even that. I just want to join a little.
Okay.
Not Scientology. I want to join, but I want to join one of the ones that's not going to make me like drink the Kool-Aid. You know, like I don't want to. I don't want to go that way. That sounds bad.
Have you seen an episode of Criminal Minds?
Yeah.
These never end well.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but I'm curious. I kind of want to know. Like, I want to find out.
Why don't you Google like wholesome cults?
That ain't a thing. Like the Church of Latter-day Saints or some shit. No, I'm not gonna. No.
Oh my god.
Trust me, I've watched plenty of cult stuff. None of them are wholesome. None of them are good. But I'm very curious. Like, I feel like give me a month. Give me a month in a cult. Like
a free trial.
Yeah, exactly. Like, give me like a little bit of a taste of a cult. Maybe I'll be into it. I don't know, but maybe not.
Is there like a cult that worships like Baconators or something?
I would, man. I'd lead. That's my cult. That's the
one. That's what I'm thinking. I'm sitting here thinking, what would I follow? And that's what I would follow.
I'd start that. You can be my first disciple.
I'm in.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just the things that happen up here. Is like, join a cult, start a cult. Yeah, why not? Good idea. Not.
I mean, I feel like anybody who like plays like Animal Crossing, that's a cult within itself. Minecraft, cult.
I don't know about that.
Cult following video games.
It's a bit extreme. Those aren't cult followings anymore. Those are just mainstream at this point.
Yeah.
But no, there was actually a game that came out last year, a couple years ago, whatever, called Cult of the Lamb. I don't know if you've heard of this one, but you play as a little cute little lamb or whatever, and you start a fucking cult. And I loved it.
Oh my god!
And you recruit little animals or whatever to be it was crazy. And I got to go back to it. I got to play that game again because that game ruled.
Yeah, I mean hey, there it is.
Did you growing up? Because we grew up in the same age demographic. Did you play like Age of Empires and games like that?
All the time.
That was my favorite game growing up on PC.
All the time. Like Command and Conquer, Age of Empires, like all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I figured.
Backyard baseball. That was a big one.
Oh.
Very different, obviously, but backyard baseball was my shit. Pablo Sanchez, greatest athlete of all time. Greatest athlete of all time. Him and Pete Wheeler, they were the dynamic duo. I would always have them on my team. Ahmed Khan, the guy who rock and roll, he was awesome.
They didn't bring the game back.
I'm stunned that there's not like a Switch port or something of that game. Like just the original. Give me the original. Because Limited Run, this is just my stupid game nerd shit. Limited Run last year, I think, made the Humongous Collection, which is the people who made Backyard Baseball. And it had like Putt Putt and Pajama Sam and Spy Fox and all that shit. Didn't have Backyard Baseball. I was pissed. So now I want it. I
would pay, just like me and a bunch of buddies, have a dynasty for college football, and we bought the deluxe version. I mean, we game share, but just for that nostalgia, because it's been 11 years, I would pay that much money for Backyard Baseball again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't even want a remaster. I just want, like, the first one, like, true to form, back. That's what I want.
Just for the serotonin boost it gives you.
I know. I have a computer in the house that runs it. I'm not gonna lie. I've played it recently.
Holy shit.
That's going to be like a Windows 98.
It's not shockingly, I think it's like Windows 7 or whatever.
I was going to say
It can
Windows
still run
7.
it.
Yeah.
I can still run it, and I have. It sometimes doesn't work, but when it does, I'm like, hell yeah, it's about to go down. Me and Randy Johnson, we're gonna tear this shit up because that's my pitcher, that's my guy, tall ass, lanky Randy
Yeah.
Johnson, that's my guy, and then Pablo Sanchez, obviously greatest athlete of all time.
Pablo Sanchez.
That's right. I mean, I think I'm done. I don't know if you guys got anything else that you want to talk about, but I have said some nonsense and some shit. So yeah, if you guys got any last minute talk about things, I don't know what notes. I don't know, fuck.
No, I think we definitely have some conversation starters for next episode.
And I'll have more ridiculous shit, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's something we'll come up with in the next week or so.
Logan's gonna take a little trip around my brain for an hour. He's gonna get lost up there, and then he's gonna come out with notes that I don't even know about. Probably.
He's gonna be like, "What the hell is going on?"
He's like, "Oh, that's what's happening up there. That's a problem."
Yeah.
I'm going to be scared.
Yeah, can you get PTSD twice? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Can you do that? I think
Yes.
it might. That might be a thing. But yeah, I got nothing. So I think we're gonna wrap it up. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Sarah enjoyed it. We're gonna be back in a couple weeks, but you guys have something to plug for next week. So give you the floor.
We do.
Like the lollipop.
Ding. 21st, right?
21st, yes.
On the 21st,
7 p.m.
7 p.m. We are kicking off our Just Poppin' In podcast-ish thing. It's going to be us, Cross Save Collectibles, Brian, Papa Gosh, Josh, and Big City Pops, Sarah and Nate, and Jeremy collects. So Jeremy and Taylor. So yeah, it should be fun. We're really excited. We are, just full disclosure, if anybody goes back to watch it or anybody who's watching right now, we are not going to be crossing boundaries with PFO. It's not going to be similar to that. If Funko stuff comes up, then we'll talk about it. But mostly it's going to be our Funko preferences, getting people on kind of like this, inviting people to talk about, what they would like to see, and just kind of going based off of that, and like our hot takes on newer things that are coming out, or maybe even older things that one of us have but the other one doesn't. So we are super excited, and we will be posting some updates the closer we get to it, reminding of the date and time. But yeah.
Excellent. So as far as this show goes, we're going to be trying to do it bi-weekly at the same time. Hopefully, maybe, don't know, could change, not sure. Figure it out. Right now, same time. If you want to be like, first of all, feedback. I want feedback for sure from anybody who saw it. I want people to tell me if you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something about us. I hope you got some laughs out of it.
Yeah.
And that's my goal. I mean, I believe that obviously trauma is, everyone has it, and I believe that I don't want to say that it should be joked about, but like I feel like it's important to make light of things even in the darkest of times and areas in our lives. So I feel like that's important. And and if you want to be on, if you want to ever be on, please come on. We are happy to have anybody on. I don't know, we might do it next week or whatever, a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just ask. I mean, we're happy to bring anybody on to talk about whatever they want. Again, unless with a racist Teletubby and whatnot. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. He was saying horrible. You can't say horrible thing. Well, to a point. I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's it. That's it for us. And thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah.
This is
Bye.
a year to end. Thanks forever.